What is up? dfsarmy MLB pre-live show for Monday. Razzle and Tattoo here. Just sifting through some trade deadline stuff, but we do have a DFS slate to worry about tonight. 7 games on DraftKings, 8 games on FanDuel, I believe.
Yeah, they got the Philly
game, where you probably can just expect a bunch of home runs hit. But yeah, how are you doing today, Tattoo?
Not bad. Sad to see Adley go, but we got a lot for a lot back.
Yeah, that's a massive haul for Baltimore. Like extremely massive, really. Maybe Boston had to pay the interdivision tax or something, but
yeah,
I mean, that was a lot.
I'm still hearing that they could trade Trevor Rogers.
I haven't seen many rumors about him yet today.
I haven't seen many rumors. They just mentioned it on MLB Network. We seem to be staying in the division too, because we sent Tyler Wells to Tampa Bay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that one makes a whole lot of difference. I didn't even see who they got from Tampa Bay.
I don't think I saw who they got.
I think it's here. Michael Forett. It's a name I've never heard of. So, Giants are trading their closer to Boston. That's funny. Antonio Senzatella is going to the Brewers. Heliot Ramos to the Yankees.
Dustin May to the Brewers.
Yeah, the Brewers vastly overpaid for Dustin May and Jojo Romero. Which is funny considering they refused to give up any bigger names for Scooble, but yet they.
Yeah. It was funny because, like, in the Adley deal, we sent Jake Rogers too.
Well, yeah, they don't need all the catchers because they got Narvaez back in the trade. Yeah. That probably was just something that one of the teams said that they had to do. Whether
Heliot Ramos,
you have to take him or
was that already done?
Which one?
Heliot Ramos to the Yankees.
Yeah, it was 10 minutes ago or so. It started 20 minutes ago, but I think it was. I have no idea what the Yankees gave up for him, but the Yankees need right-handed hitting, so that's a huge hole for them. It's facing left-handed pitching, so
yeah, they were mentioning that them getting adding that doesn't say a whole lot about Judge and Stanton's timeline coming back if they're adding outfielders.
I mean, I would guess that it's more on the Stanton thing because they have outfielders, right? Bellinger will be back, but then it's Grisham and Dominguez. I just think it helped. They've gotten to be so left-handed from their production standpoint that they needed a right-handed bat. And Dominguez last year was horrendous against left-handed pitching.
Their big ad was another first baseman.
Yeah, but I also think they see that Goldschmidt's kind of been on the climb as the season's gone on. Yeah. He was at his best the first part of the season when he basically was only playing against left-handed pitching. As soon
Yeah.
as it became where he had to play every day, even his performance against left-handed pitching started to go down.
Yeah, I imagine now he'll be exclusively in for lefties.
Yeah, I think it's a very, very strict platoon between he and Luis Garcia. Like Garcia was sitting against left-handed pitching with the Nationals even. So I just think that makes Goldschmidt better, which then makes the lineup better on a daily basis. But I think there's going to be some times where they almost have to force Ben Rice to go back to catcher for a game or two. But that depends if they swoop in and steal a catcher here in the last 40 minutes. But I haven't heard any rumors that have the Yankees on a catcher at this point.
Yeah, apparently, I guess that Elmer Rodriguez was the hold up where the Yankees and Orioles couldn't.
I mean, I assume the Orioles didn't want just Elmer Rodriguez as the main piece of the deal because of what they got from Boston.
Yeah.
Ianson is far better than Elmer Rodriguez, in my opinion. So I think Witherspoon might be even better than Elmer Rodriguez, but different role, I think. But yeah, it's interesting. There's going to be a bunch of stuff that pops over the next 40 minutes while we're on this show. I think I just got a trade summary from someone. Oh, yeah, the Giants get Marcelo Meyer for Eric Miller is the Giants closer trade thing. But Red Sox have really decided that they are going for it for the most part.
I mean, for how they started the season to be now almost 10 games above 500, or 7 or 8 at least.
Yeah. Yeah, they have to keep up the momentum, and after a huge winning streak and run like that, maybe they can happen. But I feel like when you make a big turnaround like that, you expel so much energy mid-season that September you might hit a bit of a wall. But that remains to be seen. It's just that division is so tough. And if the Yankees don't get Judge back, then I guess that helps Boston. But if the Yankees get their guys back, plus the Rays, I don't know.
American League seems
Toronto's already waving the white flag. So,
who comes out of the East,
Yankees are still looking for righties, right-handed hitters, and backup catchers. So they're not looking for an actual starting catcher anymore, which I don't know if I understand that. They just have a bunch of backup catchers already.
Good for Tyler Stevenson or something like that.
Yeah. Tyler Stevenson would help as a right-handed hitter.
I guess Goodman's not going to get moved now, maybe?
I don't think Goodman was ever going to be moved, really. I don't think Jeffers is getting moved. Looks like the Orioles did pretty well in the Tyler Wells trade. I just got the baseball trade values model breakdown. Michael Ford is a right-handed pitcher who has about 3 times as much future value as Tyler Wells does. So maybe the Orioles are doing some decent things. We will see. But
selling without really selling. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're still kind of selling.
Yeah,
obviously they moved Taylor Ward too.
Building that farm system back up.
They added a lot of pitching today in that farm system, which is been the big issue for them. Like they haven't
Yeah.
really been able to bring up any kind of good pitching, so that helps. I don't the Orioles outfielder that they got from the Twins in the Dean Kramer trade, huge get for the Orioles. A ton of long-term upside, even though he's just 18 or 19. Um, but that was a big win for them. I hated that for the Twins, but it is what it is. We're obviously here to not necessarily talk about trade deadline, talk about the DFS slate tonight. 7 or 8 games, depending on the site that you're on. Pitching is gross. I hate it overall. I did mention on my pitching video that if Varsho was traded and or Springer gets traded, then Javier's interest in Javier would definitely spike up. I was going to use Javier anyways. I think I would have preferred that Springer gets dealt as well or over Varsho just because he's been more productive recently. But I think on this slate, we just have to consider using Christian Javier. The worry with Javier is that he was kind of out of the bullpen mostly. So, like, his 5-inning appearance last time out was his longest in a while. And even then, it's not like he threw 5 innings and 100 pitches. So there is a little bit of a worry there. With that said, though, like, there's a little bit of a worry with a wide number of names on this slate. Like, it's really like Cam Schlittler and then everybody else, right?
Yeah.
Like, or am I missing something?
No, I think it's Cam and who's your SP2.
Yeah, so like seeing Bubba Chandler as the third highest owned pitcher on DK makes me puke because he has not been good. I mean, I know who my SP2 is without a doubt. Who's your SP2?
My first build, I went with Sproat, but I'm not convinced that's where I'll land. It's tough. I guess maybe Seymour with the Rockies struggles versus lefties.
So for me, it's Ian Seymour. Like, it wasn't even close. Rockies struggle a ton against left-handed pitching. And then you add in a guy like Ian Seymour, who is in a pretty extreme reverse splits, which is really weird for a left-handed pitcher to be. That's generally one where left-handed pitchers just dominate left-handed bats, and they can struggle with righties. His extreme reverse splits are really interesting because of Colorado's issues with left-handed pitching, just in general. So, like, the one left-handed bat that I'm afraid of really would be Jake McCarthy. Like, Moniak just doesn't hit left-handed pitching well enough for me to feel okay. McCarthy's been productive against lefties and left on left, but yeah, like, Seymour stands out to me as the guy that, quite honestly, I think should be the second highest owned pitcher on the slate, which is weird to say, obviously, in Coors.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts with Matthew Boyd or Robleski? The fact that Boyd is twice as owned as Robleski is right now on DK.
Yeah, I don't. The Boyd ownership is more surprising. I can kind of see Robleski. Even that $1,000 makes a big difference if you're going with Cam. So I can see why his ownership would be lower, but I mean, for just $700, I'm sure hell ain't pitching Boyd. Is the weather? I haven't checked. Is the weather blowing in?
It's slightly blowing in from right. I mean, it's not very strong, but blowing in from right isn't that big of a deal considering you have two left-handed pitchers on the mound, and you'll see mostly right-hand heavy lineups for both teams. I mean, I'm using Boyd just because the Dodgers offense just struggled against multiple left-handed pitchers from Boston. Tolley, Jake Bennett, they had struggles in that series. So I am going to sprinkle in Boyd, mainly because the slate pitching-wise is bad enough where, like, there's an actual route for Boyd to be SP2. I much prefer using Robleski. He's just been a better pitcher. I'm not, overly afraid of the Cubs lineup. Like, they obviously can do damage, but so do the Dodgers. So in that regard, I would just rather play the better pitcher of the two. And to me, it's Robleski over Boyd. And because of that is why I feel like I have to use him, because he's taking on a Texas lineup that we're not overly afraid of.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably easier since he's low enough owned where I don't have to be like make a huge decision. If he came in at 25%, like then I have to make a decision. Do I really want to go with 30 to 35% Logan Webb, or do I want to only go with 15? Well, now at not just under 10%, like I can go with 15 and not put myself in a bad position. Because I get to own him as much as the field's owning Michael McGreevy in Yankee Stadium. I mean, I'm playing Webb over McGreevy. Like I realize price points matter, but I'm using so much Seymour that I think I'll be all right from a value standpoint. But McGreevy is one that I did consider on my video today. I don't know that I can go there. There's not a whole lot of K upside in his arm.
I was looking at what kind of lineups it gave you if you locked in Cam and Webb. It's still, my dumbass had everybody unchecked but Houston. It's still shoving in Rays and Houston. It looks like Rays and Houston. But your Rays are, how you say the catcher's last name? Fiducia?
Is it Fiducia?
You get Fiducia, Aranda, Richie Palacos, Walls, and Mullins are your staff. And then getting like Paredes and Lamont Wade with Jesus Sanchez.
Yeah, I mean, that's even if Fiducia is in the lineup.
Yeah.
It depends on, like, I don't know. I don't know where Miami was yesterday. Because the Rays acquired Liam Hicks from the Marlins. So, there's a chance that this is Fiducia's last game because I don't see the Rays carrying three catchers, which means like Fortes is their right-handed version. So, I don't know, like, it's a lot strong projections for every Rays bat right now. But also for a team in Coors, they're not massively priced, outside of J-Cam and Yandy, and like they're just massively priced because of who they are. Like maybe Yandy's up a few hundred, but J-Cam is basically a 6K plus guy all the time at this point. Pitching wise, like I almost feel like it's put Schlittler in 50% of your lineups and then just let whatever combinations happen almost around it. But like, it's like, who do you want to make sure you have in builds that don't have Schlittler also? Like, that's the biggest thing. Um, and that's kind of why I get to Logan Webb. Just has to be that we're playing.
Yeah.
Robleski. Who is that?
No, I was just those, a lot of those maybe non-shit lineups.
Foster Griffin traded to the Guardians. Jeff Hoffman traded to the Twins. I think most of the moves over the next 20 minutes are going to be a lot of bullpen arm trades and stuff.
Yeah.
Even though I am waiting for Casey Mize to get dealt somewhere. Haven't really heard many rumors about Casey Mize as the day's gone on.
No, I haven't heard too much. Any interest in Michael King?
I do a little bit. Just given the slate. He's had 2 good starts against Arizona this season, and I think that's probably what pushed me from not playing him to playing him. The problem is like he just doesn't strike out enough guys, even though his Ks are up the last couple starts. Arizona just generally doesn't strike out a whole lot either.
Yeah. I think they're like third like third.
They do strike out more against right-handed pitching than left. It's like about a 4% difference between the two. So that's kind of why I'm interested. I'm not overly interested in Quantrill because, well, San Francisco as a team isn't all that great from a winning standpoint, etc. Even runs scored. They're really good at getting on base, hits, on base percentage, not necessarily striking out a ton. Like it feels like one of those games where like Quantrill goes like 5 innings, allows 9 base runners, but only gives up like 2 runs or something.
Yeah.
And on DK, like 9 base runners is just death to your upside based on their scoring. And he's just not a big K guy. So I just don't think there's enough upside for Cal Quantrill. Like if things come together for him, I like the upside of other guys quite a bit more. Like I feel like even Michael McGreevy probably has more upside than Quantrill because the Yankees can strike out a good amount. But I don't just gross. Like I don't want to play Fott. I don't want Bubba Chandler. I don't want Bieber. Definitely don't want Lorenzen. Closing my eyes and playing Christian Javier. Somewhat closing my eyes and playing, Michael King or Matthew Boyd. He's even kind of closing your eyes and playing Brandon Sproat too, right? Like, he hasn't been great. You're just playing him because the Pittsburgh Pirates offer a ton of K upside. But he was bad against the Pirates the one time he faced them. So, I don't know. Like, that's to me why, like, Ian Seymour for me is my SP2, like, second highest owned for sure. Probably end up underweight on Brandon Sproat just because I don't know that I can rely on 33% Sproat tonight. I didn't look, but I'm going to say I have zero interest in Nola on FanDuel.
I didn't. Yeah. I did FanDuel notes and I didn't. I don't think I even listed them.
I mean, like, the guy's giving up he's given up way too many home runs, and now you're facing the team that's hit the most home runs in baseball. Right? Isn't it Washington? Yeah. I get that they don't have Luis Garcia, but like as a team, they lead baseball in extra base hits, home runs, probably slugging percentage yet. Run score. Are they number 1 in runs scored yet? I haven't updated my view. But like Nola has not been good. And really the Phillies were said to be looking for starting pitching help, and it was to help replace Nola, especially for the postseason. But yeah, the Nationals have scored almost 30 runs more than the second highest team in baseball.
Yeah, I had Washington as like my maybe like fourth stack or something, fourth or fifth.
They have the second best OPS behind the Dodgers. Um, their slugging percentage is 10 points higher than second place, which is the Dodgers. So yeah, I can't get to Nola at all. Like I would not be playing him on DK if that game was on the slate. What do we got here? Just getting all the updates on the recent trades, I guess.
Got the bat and the
So yeah, let's kind of switch over to some offenses here. For me, I'm not playing FanDuel because I don't ever play FanDuel. I shouldn't say ever. I almost never do. I would say that both teams in that game, the FanDuel only part, would be in my top 4 stacks tonight. I think it's safe to say that. It feels like it. Then you have Tampa Bay in Coors. Colorado feels really, really high on DK ownership. I should probably share the right tab here. Toronto feels somewhat high. San Diego feels a little bit high. San Francisco feels a little bit high.
I feel a little bit.
And then Houston and the Yankees feel low to me.
Definitely Houston. The Yankees, I ended up as a tier 3. My favorite, I had Tampa, Houston, Philly, and Washington as like my favorite stacks. Top 4, I guess I would say.
I mean, to me, the Yankees are there because they're back at home and they're facing a righty that doesn't strike many guys out. So, like, that puts their left-handed bats in such a plus spot, and the wind's blowing out to right center in Yankee Stadium. Like, it just feels like a spot where, like, the Yankees offense finally wakes up again. So that's kind of where I want to be overweight. So, like, Houston's my number 1 team on the slate. If I had the Washington-Philadelphia matchup, I think Washington would be number 1 and Houston number 2 or something like that. But as it sits on DK, Houston is my number 1. They were my number 1 before I even started digging into BVP numbers. And then when I saw BVP numbers, like, there was no argument against having Houston as my number 1 team. They've done a bunch of damage to Shane Bieber. And I just love Houston at home. Look, that's another big thing, is Houston at home has been much more productive as a team than Houston on the road. So, I obviously think Colorado's way too high. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, a little high for me. It's only really like 2 players I have any interest in, and that would be like Goodman and McCarthy.
Yeah, that's fairly straightforward and like makes a lot of sense. If somehow Goodman was dealt in the next 12 minutes, that would make Colorado just even far worse. But yeah, I don't love Colorado against left-handed pitching. So seeing them the second highest owned, I just don't love Toronto at all. Seeing as the third highest owned, like Toronto's just underwhelmed so much. And then they also just traded Varsho, which I get, like, Varsho hasn't had the best season overall, but he's still better than Miles Straw. Miles Straw might not start, but it's just he makes the lineup weaker. That's all it is. San Diego's aggressively owned too for a team that's kind of struggled offensively overall. I think Pittsburgh should be higher owned. Like flip side on the bottom.
Yeah.
I haven't dug into that game much, so maybe it's more of a tattoo question, but I think my initial gut call was Washington wins that game.
Yeah, it's a tough one there because I like both offensive so much.
Cam Schlittler's matchup just got better.
Thank God.
The St. Louis Cardinals have traded Lars Nootbaar to the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Oh, interesting.
That is one that I didn't really necessarily see coming.
I thought maybe Burleson might get traded or something.
There's a lot of talk about Burleson getting dealt over the last couple hours, so that's certainly possible yet. And if that does happen, then Schlittler, like his ownership number should skyrocket even more. But since you weren't that big of a fan of Logan Webb, does that put you on Texas? They're like the fourth lowest owned on
I
DK,
do,
and I assume probably on FanDuel.
Yeah, I keep getting alerts. I had Texas as, I mean, they're probably in my third tier, but yeah, they're like my third tier. I kind of like a two-man, maybe like a Jock and Seager. I don't know how much.
I can see that happening.
Full stacking.
Texas is just so cheap, so their point per dollar is just going to feel really nice.
I just wish I could use Jock in the outfield.
Yeah, that's the issue, right? Like DK moved him back to first base only.
Yeah, it's so funny. DraftKings and FanDuel. Like I was looking at yesterday, like Sal Stewart. FanDuel, or was he on DK first base?
First, third.
Well, yesterday I thought you could only play him at first, and then FanDuel had him only at third. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, I mean maybe they made the adjustment, but yeah, I mean Sal Stewart for most of the season was first, third.
Yeah.
It's very similar to like you're doing that to Jock at first base only when far more of his professional baseball games have been in the outfield than first base. Like he gets his DH now, but still it should revert back to what he traditionally is because Shohei Ohtani gets first base outfield eligibility, and I don't think he's ever played a first base game at the major league level, and very few outfield games too. Like Jock Peterson has played more games in the outfield than Shohei has. So the positional thing, it just drives me nuts. It drives me nuts from a doing notes standpoint, really, because I just don't know which position I'm putting him into. But yeah, on this slate, like it just feels like Pittsburgh, to me at least, Pittsburgh, the Dodgers, and the Brewers are far too low owned, and then Colorado, Toronto, and San Diego probably are too high owned. Tampa Bay is probably too high owned too. I'm not gonna lie, but they still are the number one leverage stack because their matchup is just far superior to everybody else's on the slate. But I mean, 214% total ownership is a lot. That's nearly 23% per guy in their 9-man lineup. That's a lot of ownership. You know, and it's not a 5-game slate. I realize it's not a huge main slate in general, but still.
I wish the damn Houston lineup would come out so I could see who's catching.
I mean, I would guess it's Yainer Diaz.
I would think in the DS he has a 0 by his batting order. But he's obviously, garnering the third highest ownership.
Vasquez started yesterday.
Oh, well, you would think Diaz.
Diaz had started the 3 days previously. Yeah, the 3 days prior. Actually, wait. Diaz came in yesterday, I guess, but he didn't start. Yeah, Vasquez did, but yeah. So Diaz is definitely their number one. I suppose there's a route for both catchers to be in the lineup. It all depends on what Houston has time to do. It does help that Varsho is in Houston, obviously, already since they're playing.
Yeah.
That's not going to make him viable for us tonight. Actually, it is. DraftKings switched him over to Houston already.
Huh.
I'm looking at it in another tab, editing one of my lineups, and Varsho is listed as Houston, which now makes me want to look at the DS because we might have to do something here. Yeah. Let me refresh it. Anyways, anything else offensively you want to talk about?
Not really. I think we covered most of it. Like I said, Houston's my favorite stack. And that goes for FanDuel too, but FanDuel just brings in, what will be my third and fourth favorite stacks where on DK you don't have them. So.
Yeah. I think you can kind of do a coin flip on FanDuel. It's really between Washington or Houston for me at the top. I'm just going to pick on a guy like Aaron Nola that just keeps giving up home runs. So it makes a lot of sense to me to want to target that for us. And then, Houston to me is just in such a great spot, which means they probably underwhelm. But
probably.
The fact that we can use Varsho right away, I assume he's going to be in the lineup right away, but maybe not. Sometimes when they make trades, they give guys a couple days to get everything figured out. And I guess being traded while you're on the road probably makes things tougher to get things figured out back home from a moving your stuff standpoint and all that. Nathaniel Lowe is traded to that's such a really weird trade.
To who?
To the Cleveland Guardians.
Huh.
They basically already have Nathaniel Lowe in Kyle Manzardo. So I don't know. I haven't had a chance to read into some of these rumors or trades to get ideas of what plans are for some of these. So something I'm going to be doing tonight because some of these trades don't make sense. It is what it is. There's going to be a couple more that'll pop in the next few minutes that probably don't make sense as well. But I don't have a whole lot to say offensively. I'm going to stack some Dodgers, but it's not like a priority at all.
Yeah.
I'll stack a little bit of Cubs. I do like Alex Bregman and maybe another Cub bat, but not really interested in the Cardinals at all, especially if we hear that Burleson is gone. I think I'll gladly – I'm pretty happy to avoid them anyways, but make the lineup even weaker. I will gladly go – in upwards of 60% of Schlittler at this point. My phone is blowing up trying to get all these notifications.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just go position by position. You can give out your dong. Yeah, the Rutschman to Boston trade. The Orioles absolutely fleeced Boston, and I'm a huge Adley fan. But what Boston gave up to get Adley is ridiculous from a
Who's out for a few more
prospect
weeks?
standpoint. Ianson and Witherspoon, you're going to see in Baltimore middle of next year. And Azokar, you're probably going to see him in the outfield in Baltimore like in 2 years. And he's been one of the hottest hitters in the minors over the last week or 10 days. From what I saw, he was like the number 2 hottest minor league player behind Jesus Mate over the last week to 10 days. So a guy that's just skyrocketing on prospect ranking boards. But the Ianson alone is just a huge get, in my opinion. He had filthy numbers at LSU. But if you look at Ianson's minor league numbers this year, they're just insane at 2 levels. And it's his professional debut this year. Like, he's going to move quickly. He's already been at 2 levels, and he's just filthy. So, anyways, yeah, you want to give out position by position. I'll follow you. Then you can give out some dongs, and then I can try to figure out everything that's going on trade-wise, because some of these lineups are going to take a little bit before they come out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trades being made, and still stuff that was submitted that have to be finalized.
Yeah, so we'll still hear stuff after 6. So.
Yeah. I'm just getting a bunch of stuff right now. It's 5:01 Central Time, so it's technically over. But there's so much that's submitted to like the league office already.
Yeah.
So we just have to wait. So yeah, with that, just be prepared to wait out some of these lineup announcements. So
yeah.
Anyways, I will let you take over.
At catcher, I would say, and mine might be a little different because I, have an extra game where some guys might come from. But
we did finally get the Casey Mize trade.
Oh, nice.
But it was to the San Diego Padres. But yeah, you can continue yours, and then I'll answer the questions before I go. Or if you want to answer them now, you can.
I was going to say I prefer Trammell, whereas the Detroit guy says Trammell.
I actually think he announces his last name is Trammell.
Trammell.
That's from my understanding, but yeah, I always say Trammell too.
Yeah. Favorite catchers are going to probably be Diaz or Gabriel Moreno. First base, it's tough. First base was loaded again. Christian Walker is one of them because that's kind of where I'm going with my hand builds and single entry. But I love Harper and Chaparro from Washington. Second base, for me, it's probably Stott. Third base is good, but for me, it's down to Junior or Paredes. Shortstop, it's Pena, but I do like Trey Turner. Outfield, you gotta love Jordan. You say Cedric Mullins, but he's chalky as shit, so everybody likes Cedric Mullins. But and then I like Taylor Trammell. Probably some of my favorites. I like Shohei tonight and Teoscar. And then you got your Lyle and Cruz. So
For me at catcher, it's definitely Yainer Diaz as my top guy. Um, it's really not even close for me. I think catcher overall is pretty weak. Um, Otherwise, I am mixing in some Austin Wells, which I hate, but um, it's just that week, so I might as well save some money with some home run upside. First base for me, it's Rafael Devers. He's hit Quantrill pretty decently. Um, and I don't necessarily love first base as much as normal. I mean, Christian Walker probably makes sense too. Second base, cheat sheet wise, I have a handful of names written down, but it's not a position I love. Like if it's up, then it's Bryce Terang. If I'm not, and I'm trying to save a little bit of money, it might be Cronenworth, even though he's the chalkiest.
Yeah.
Base J-Cam for sure. Maybe a little bit of Willie Castro. Like he's one of those right-handed bats for Colorado that I think could be all right, even though I love Seymour so much. Otherwise, Alex Bregman. He's another name that he's been hot recently, and I feel like he probably fits solidly. Shortstop, I hate the position overall. FanDuel, it's Abrams. Like he'd be 1A to Pena as 1B. But outside of those two guys, like I don't love the position. So I don't even know if there's a value guy that I close my eyes and go with. Maybe Jacob Gonzalez for Pittsburgh. Outfield. I couldn't believe the Cedric Mullins ownership when I first clicked over here. It's wild. Spencer Jones is one of my favorites. He's been hot over the last week. They've been sliding him into the 4 spot against right-handed pitching. So I like him. 3,100 is a pretty good price. Jordan, obviously. Always going to say Cole Carrig when I can. And the Rockies traded away Brenton Doyle, which means Cole Carrig gets to be their everyday center fielder
every day, yeah,
for the most part. So I'm pretty pumped about that. Another name that I don't want to overlook, Esmeralyn Valdez for Pittsburgh. Sproat has given up more power right on right, and Esmeralyn, I believe, has hit a home run off of him already. Last month. So I think that's a guy that we have been playing a ton when they're facing left-handed pitching. I also think that this matchup favors him, so he's somebody I want to get overweight to. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. You can give out some of your dong. Doesn't have to be all of it.
I'll give out part of it. It's a tip.
And then we will get out of here and get working on stuff and await lineups to pop. Like the national lineup just literally now just popped. Your first baseman is not in the lineup, by the way.
Oh, eat my nuts.
Chaparro is not. It's Abimelech Ortiz hitting second.
That's weird that the lineup just came out. But I guess today.
Trade deadline just passed, so they probably waited
probably
things out a little bit.
But let's see.
Oh, Hunter Fiducia is definitely not going to be in the Rays lineup now.
Because he just got traded?
He got traded back to the Dodgers for Jack Sawinski. He came up via the Dodgers and was traded with Ryan Pepio in that trade 2 years ago or whatever. But yeah, so it will not be Hunter Fiducia this evening. Well,
I will say that if you look at the dinger calls today, somebody is confident that Varsho is playing tonight, or either they put it in a long time ago and haven't fixed it. But for me, let's see. I like. God, it's oddly I like a bunch of Colorado guys. I like Pena tonight, and you can get pretty insane odds on him if you believe in it. Like Bryce Harper. Is Luis Garcia in the lineup for the Yankees?
I believe he. Well, I guess I don't know. Yeah, the Yankees lineup came out, so yes, he is. He's hitting third.
Well, he'll go ahead and get his Yankee home run out the way tonight.
Tell me if you would have ever predicted this as the middle of the Yankees lineup. Luis Garcia hitting third, Spencer Jones hitting fourth, Jason Dominguez hitting fifth.
No.
Yeah. All right.
But
Any other dongs for the people?
Yeah, I don't have a ton tonight. So.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot. I didn't really spend a lot of time in the dong category.
I was so just trying to keep up with trades and shit today. So
yeah, my pitching notes aren't even out there yet because I've been so focused on pitching and getting an idea of what's going on, or not pitching, but on trades, getting an idea of what's going on. So I feel very behind on this slate. FanDuel slate starts in a half an hour-ish. DK slate starts in 55 minutes. So 25 minutes on.
I have my pitcher rankings, but not notes. So
I'll get some overall notes up on the site. It's just gross.
I mean, on FanDuel, it's just play Cam.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all we got. We're back tomorrow around the same time. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Not a whole lot of time once the deadline ends to then their slate starting. I'm really shocked baseball even allowed teams to start earlier than that, early tonight because of the deadline. I think it should have been 6:30 6:30 Central Time when everything started. Toronto lineup just dropped now. Miles Straw starting for the traded Varsho. But yeah, we're back tomorrow. Similar time frame. Don't really have to worry a whole lot about trades. Might do a little talking about what some of the teams are doing with their lineups because of trades. But yeah, if you're not a member of DFS Army, scrolling at the bottom of the screen, the best promo code we have going on right now, I'm pretty sure is still active. Book, BOOK, get you 20% off any membership option with us. That's all I got. I really don't have a whole lot to say. I need to get out of here and get things rolling. Try to get some lineups built and all that stuff. Maybe find some food for my daughter because I'm sure she'll be hungry. And yeah, best of luck tonight, everybody out there. And if we're not winning something, hopefully one of you guys takes some things down. We're back tomorrow, and we're out. Helmets up.
Got the best coaches in the game. We really ain't playing. We regroup up in the Slack chat where the coaches debrief. We be piecing these puzzles, occupy the chunk of the pie. Ain't no lie when we hit the block. Helmet's casket is top. You be seeing helmet after helmet, helmet after helmet. First place, second place, fifth place, eighth place, 12th place, 15, 16, 20. So many helmets, you got blurred vision. We got too many. Tick your check. Oh man, shit. They got us fucked up. Army, regroup. We pledge always to have that edge. We don't fire warning shots. Competition just drop. We locked and loaded before lock. Whatever the time, yeah. Do you even correlate?
Being the best requires a willingness to outwork your competition. There's always someone smarter, faster, sharper, more naturally gifted.